until it gets better.
So I was watching Safety Third, and there was a video where the backyard scientists built these rockets. Basically, who was it? I think it was Lockheed Martin or somebody was selling a rocket where when it left the barrel, it shot out. It had these knives that would fold out, and I don't remember what the use case was it for. Something where it's supposed to cut through. I don't remember why they put these knives on there.
Okay.
So the backyard scientist was like, "Well, let's build that." You can't buy rockets that powerful, so he builds his own, and then he welds knives onto it and frickin' launches it, and it goes through a refrigerator, and the star pattern where the knives were.
Okay.
So anyways, a lot of people commented on the video, like, now make a guidance system. And he's like, do you really... Because, like, and they talked about how software for their videos is the part that takes the longest. Like, they can build the damn thing in an afternoon. It's the freaking software, because it takes forever. Well, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if you could build a computer-guided missile, because we've had literally heat-seeking missiles since the 50s. Which I still think... I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
I want to actually look up how the original Sidewinder worked, because it was like 1950. We hadn't... Transistors weren't... Like, literally, it was like 5... I think we maybe had... It was like the same year transistors were invented. They had Sidewinder missiles that were heat-seeking.
Well, it was probably handmade, hand-wound coils.
But, like, in a little thing like this.
Well, did you saw the one of how they made the first computer for NASA, right? Was it Linus Tech Tips?
Well, yeah, but, like, I just... It's so small. It was such a small... And it was so cheap.
It was a very meticulous job. Because it all had to be handmade.
I also wonder how they had what they used for a detector. Because I can only think of maybe... Because you can't... You'd have to use some sort of solid state detector. So, like a camera sensor. Something that detects infrared light, and those are diodes. So I'm like those are transistors. So I'm trying to figure out how the heck they had that in the 1950s. How they were building that without crystal lithography. So there must have been some clever engineering going on. I'd have to do a bunch of research. But anyways, and so I was like, well, Jesus Christ, if they could build this in the 50s with a bucket of scraps, like, you gotta be able to do this now. And so I was thinking about it, and there's this Minecraft YouTubers, and this guy told Chat GPT to write him a key macro coding. Mm-hmm. Basically, he wanted to make a bunch of gold blocks, but that's very intensive. Like, you have to sit there and just do it by hand. So he told Chat GPT to write a code that would do it for him. It would control the mouse and keyboard inputs for him. And so he did. And Chat GPT did it. I knew Chat GPT could write code. So I'm like, could you trick Chat GPT into writing you, like the most basic guidance system I need is for it to fly straight and to fly level with the horizon. That's literally the most basic guidance system. That way you don't have to have it on a guide wire.
A parabolic path too. Just tell it where it needs to land.
Well, no, that you're getting too much into it. I just need it to go, because like I just want it to like travel in a straight line and hit its target.
Oh.
I don't need it to, go psh, like that. That's more. I mean, coding wise, it's probably not that much more difficult. It's probably easier than the other way, but like, the issue is it has to know where it needs to hit. Yeah. And I don't think you can buy GPS sensors that are fast enough for it to, know where it is in space before it hits its target. Because we're talking like 20 seconds of flight.
Yeah.
Maybe, 20, 30, 40 seconds of flight at the most. Traveling, hundreds of miles per hour. Regular GPS
is it following something, or what is it doing?
You would just tell it to go to a target, and you would input the parameters, basically telling it, here's how much fuel you'll have, here's how fast it accelerates.
Yeah.
And then You could probably...
Is its target straight ahead, or is it like...
Yeah, I would have it straight ahead. We're just the most basic targeting system possible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you want Chat GPT to do. That's why I said, just stay level with the horizon and travel in a straight line.
Okay.
And I'm like, I wonder if you could do it. I wonder if you could tell Chat GPT to program you. Now, I do know for a fact that you have to word it correctly. Because if you tell it you're building a targeting system, it's like, I can't do that for you.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, I want to have a plane with these inputs, you know.
And I want it to crash. Crash on impact.
No, you don't even need to tell it to crash. I just need to tell it to get to this point.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, somehow tell it that it's not a missile or a rocket. But, like, that's crazy. You could probably... Now, I know ChatGPT isn't perfect when it does this coding. But, realistically, we just need to shove it into a rocket, launch it, see what the mistake is, then we know where to look for that in the code, and then tell it, okay, no, the rocket did this. Can we fix this? Mm-hmm. And honest to God, we could probably run it through some sort of some sort of simulator ahead of time.
Yeah.
You could build a targeting system with ChatGPT. People could be doing missiles. People could build missiles in their basement now.
Yeah, probably.
You could build an AMAC in your freaking basement. Actually, I don't think an AMAC actually has any logic in it. You know what an AMAC is?
No.
AI, I'm missing.
It's a mining company.
No. It's a shoulder anti-aircraft gun. Shoulder mounted anti-aircraft missile. Oh, that's what it was. It's a MPADS.
That is not AMAC.
Oh, MANPADS. That's what it is. MPADS. MANPADS.
How did you get AMAC out of that?
I don't know. Don't ask me. There might be something else that's AMAC. But anyways, MANPADS.
It was. The Korean mining company.
Anyways, but MANPADS, these are, I don't think these even have AI in them. I think they're complete. Oh, maybe they do. That might be heat seeking. So, that looks like it's heat seeking on there. Well, anyways, yeah, these things are freaking dangerous things. Because you can have them, oh yeah, first gen. MANPADS such as the U.S. Red Eye, early versions of the Soviet, and the Chinese, and what are considered tail chase weapons. They are uncooled spin can seekers, can only in the superheated interior of the jet and the background noise. This means they are only capable of accurately tracking the aircraft from the rear. You know. Anyways,
2 of these?
Yeah. We went through them all. Remember?
Yeah, I know. Still pisses me off.
Yeah. But anyways, no. Well, these do have AI. These do have some sort of programming in them. But again, this was the frickin' 60s and they were building these things. So I really think you could do it quite easily. And these are tracking ones. So like, we don't even need to track. We just need to tell it, here's your target. Do it. You know. Which is insane. That, you know, some nerd somewhere in his basement, some little wants to be a terrorist and knock out frickin' commercial jetliners as they go to land in an airfield.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, I know it can be done, but, you know, you just don't hear about it.
Well, probably because, well, the government, I don't know. Because just Chat GPT, does that work on... Are you connected to a server? Is it doing all that on a server, or is that done locally?
I don't know how it's done.
It would I couldn't assume to be done locally, but... Because, like, you always install an app. I just can't imagine that your phone has enough computing power to do that. But maybe it does.
I won't be surprised if it does. It'd probably take a long time. The more power it has, the faster your result will be.
Well, anyways, it's always kind of surprising because I had a coworker who I brought up Chat GPT, and he like looked at me like, "What the heck's that?" I'm like, "How?"
Well, I didn't know about it until like a year or two ago. No, wait. 2020, 2021? Somewhere around there.
It's not. You're too old. Chat GPT's only been around since like last November.
What? No,
November
no.
2022 is when Chat GPT became a thing.
How did I know about it before?
There might have been other AIs.
No. Because I was No, we've known about it before November 2022.
Maybe it just wasn't available, but that's when the trends picked up on it and became widely available.
That's when no, but we still had 2.0. It came out in 2020. Because the reason how I know this is because my friend and I were talking about this when we were roommates. And that when we were roommates in 2020. It was
Initial
the OpenAI was released in 2022. When did it first come out?
November 2022.
No, I've known about it before that though.
I think you might be imagining it.
No, I'm not. Because I knew.
Or you're thinking of a different AI. But ChatGPT came out in November.
No, okay, not.
You're not in the right spot.
3.
Yeah, that's June 2023.
Yeah, this is what I knew about. Not Chat GPT. GPT-3. This is what I knew about. That came out in 2020.
Yeah, but this doesn't actually, people can't even use this. It's literally just a trainer.
Yeah, but this is what came out before that. This is the because then they created 4. Number 4 is out.
Well, anyways, so, but the mere fact that there's
So not Chat, yeah, just GPT-3.
well, there you go. The it's something else. I'll tell you that much. One of the big things we're going to start seeing a trend towards the industry. Well, I guess I should say this. The industry's already headed this direction. So there's different types of silicon.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff we use is purpose-built.
Okay.
Your CPU, your GPU. However, there are chips that exist where they can do anything. Now they're not.
Loud, but yeah.
Huh?
Oh, you screamed a little.
They can do anything.
Yeah.
They can be a GPU, they can be a CPU, they can be NAND flash, they can do whatever. You just have to flash them a BIOS. Thing is, they're very inefficient at all of these things, but they can do it. The industry, what we're going to see now is, I wonder if they won't. I think GPUs are already have all your AI acceleration on them, but I almost wonder if we won't start to see literally just a system, no CPU, no GPU, where it's just literally meant to do AI acceleration work.
Maybe.
Because why would you waste all this money on CPUs and GPUs if wouldn't it just be cheaper just to ask Intel or TMC, just be like, I want to build a chip that just does AI work. And then how much faster AIs could get.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing, but no, I really think that we are going to see a very different world in 10 years. And it's very possible.
Every 10 years is like that.